everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Tuba and I'm a crochet artist and a designer, and on this channel I make videos related to crochet. So if that is something you're interested in, come join in and subscribe. So I wasn't really sure like what I wanted to do for this week's video, but then the video sort of like wrote itself. So I'll give you a rundown of what I want to do throughout this week. I might be like over ambitious at this point, but I'll just still like give you all the ideas that are brewing in my mind. So first of all, I wanted to give you an update on the cardigan that we were working on together. This is taking me way longer than I had anticipated. No, I had anticipated like this is going to take me a long time, but this is what the progress is looking like so far. So we have made almost half of the back panel, and one front panel is done already, which means like we have almost half of what the main body is looking like. So we still have to make this much more of the cardigan. So I'm not too sure like if it is making sense to you in your mind of what I'm trying to do, but I'll show you in the end once like the whole panel is ready. I'll give you an overview of what the construction will look like, but this is what we have so far, and this is where the sleeve would go, and this is like the front button ribbing of sorts. So these two rows only, the smaller portion. So I do have like buttonholes in it already. This is going to be the right side. Yes, this is going to be the right lapel. So maybe it's more of this thing. So it is this. So we have one side ready, and then we are going to be making the next side, and it is going to be like one full panel, and then we are going to make some sleeves and then attach it to the main panel, or maybe I'll see and like crochet the sleeves on directly. We'll see how that goes. We will cross that bridge when we reach that point. And I'm already onto my second skein of yarn, and I believe I will be needing one more skein. So I am going to Walmart today, and this yarn is mostly available at Walmart, so maybe I'll pick it up once I visit the Walmart. So I am working on it as a side project of sorts. Once I'm like done with the day and sitting and relaxing and watching some TV, I pick this up and make as many rows as possible. By that time I'm really tired as well, so most of the times like my arms are already tired, and so I cannot make a lot of progress, but we're still working on it slowly, and we'll continue working on it until we are done with this project. Putting it on the side, I have also taken out another ball of velvet yarn here, and I have a plan of what I want to make with this yarn. So my friend is having a baby really soon, and I wanted to make him, it's going to be a baby boy, so I wanted to make him some baby stuff. So I already make velvet beanies, and I recently made a gray velvet beanie as well. So I wanted to make him like matching booties and matching mittens in velvet, and that is what I am going to be doing with this yarn. And once I'm done with making one sample, I'm thinking to bring a few samples in different colors for my markets as well, but we'll decide once we have made that, because I might be getting like too over ambitious. It might not come out the way I want or something like that. I'll look online for some tutorials on YouTube, and I'll follow those to make these booties and those mittens. But yeah, that is the plan. So this is the first project that we will be working on throughout this week. Okay, so the second project that we will be working on this week is going to be something to do with these squares. So yesterday I was looking for buttons to put up on the cardigan, the velvet cardigan that we are working on, and I in the boxes during the move I had also put these squares. I remember like I made these squares to make some bags out of it. to sell in my markets, but the bags that I've already made for my markets, they're not selling. So I sort of gave up on the idea of making more bags and putting some work into that. So these squares were already made and they were sitting in my stash, and I accidentally found them yesterday, and it sparked an idea in my mind that I can repurpose these squares and make it into a garment, a wearable of sorts. So I'm not really sure like what I will be making with this, like either a cardigan or a sweater. That is something that we'll decide. But I think this is going to be a really good wearable once I've made it. I think I do have like more of this yarn in stash, but if I do end up being short on this yarn, I do have like some more variations of the same yarn. So I do remember this is like Bernard Softy Baby yarn. It is a size 3 yarn, and I've made a garment in this yarn, and it is actually like wearable. It is not too thick, and like you can see, it is quite stretchy and very soft yarn as well, so it won't be like as warm, and I will be able to wear it in the winters. So yeah, I think it is going to be a good piece that I can add to my wearables. I'm just like wondering if this is going to be a color that I will wear, but anyhow, I can like maybe mix and match different squares in different color variations with this one, and maybe come up with something that I will be more inclined to wear. But yeah, I have only 2 squares made completely, and then the third one is like half made. I'll have to complete this one, and before we can like decide what to make with this yarn, either a cardigan or a sweater, we'll need some measurements. So I'll just go ahead and block one of the squares, take some measurements, and then we'll decide what we can do with these squares. So that is on the agenda today. I'll have to block one of these squares, and then we can make some measurements and do some calculations later in the day. But for right now, I will begin with making some velvet booties and mittens. So let's see if we can find a good pattern. And just for your information, today is Tuesday, September 16th, and I am giving myself up until like I think Sunday of this week. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 days. 6 days in total, out of which like Sunday is out of question because I am going to a birthday party on that day, and I do have some other commitments as well. So yes, I won't be able to do much on Sunday because yeah, I have commitments. So that leaves us with just 5 days, and I think these projects are going to be enough. Hopefully we'll be able to complete these projects. There is third thing that we need to work on during this week. You might remember Julio the ghost. I have still not made the witch's dress for this ghost as an add-on that I wanted to make. So I will probably find some time to work on that and design the witch's dress for this ghost. I'm thinking of like making a dress that has an opening in the back because as you can see, like the head on this ghost is really big. I wanted something that is like removable. So in order to make it removable, I think I'll have to make something that has a button in the back so that like you can pull it down over its head and then like button it down on the back. So yes, that is the plan. So I think I'll work on that as well during this week because I want to put out a tester call for this ghost this week so that like I can get it to testing during the next week and then it is available the following week. So that is all in my head. So I guess we will start working on that at some point during this week, maybe tomorrow. I can put it down as something to do for tomorrow. Okay, so those are all the projects that I want to work on during this week. I did want to like work on another variation of this ghost, like maybe a strawberry version or maybe like make it hold something, something along that lines. But I have still not come up with like an idea in my mind. So if I don't have an idea, I don't know like how I can implement it. I will keep on thinking about like I need to have a clear picture of what I want to make in order to make it. So that picture is not really clear in my mind yet. So up until the point like I have a clarity, I won't be able to design it. So for now, I'll keep it to whatever it is for now, whatever clarity I have in my mind, and we'll just design a witch's costume for this one, and just go with that. If I do come up with like more ideas and able to design that before it goes into testing, then we can include it in the final pattern. If not, we can do a modification of the original pattern. So that is the plan for now. So yes, so we have 3 total things that we need to work on during this week. So first one is going to be the velvet accessories for the baby boy, and the second one is going to be a granny square project that we'll be working on, and third one is going to be completing the Julio the ghost accessories. So yeah, with that, let's just get to it. I'll find some patterns and I'll see you in a while. Okay guys, I think I found the booties that I'm going to be making. As you can see here, I'll also insert a picture on the side here. So these are the booties that we are going to be making, and it is a free tutorial by Maisie and Bruce. It has a YouTube tutorial and a free written pattern on their website as well. I will be using the free pattern on their website because I work well with the written instructions, and it calls for a size 5 yarn. They are using a different yarn, but I guess this yarn would work, and they are also calling for a 6mm hook for a size 5 yarn, which is already what I'm using with my velvet yarn. So I'll just check my gauge or tension, and then I can like maybe adjust it accordingly if the size or measurements are not coming out the way I intend it to be. So I think the beanie that I have is suited for like three months maybe, or maybe 3 to 6 months, although it is like intended more for newborns, but it comes out like a little bit bigger. So maybe like a newborn to like 6 months, they can all use it. It will be a little bit bigger on a newborn. So I think I will make the same size booties as well. So right here it says 0 to 3 months and then 3 to 6 months. So maybe I can aim for the 3 months baby booties, and then we'll go from there. So all the measurements are written here. I'll just follow the instructions, and I'll meet you once I have some progress made to give you an update on how they are looking like. I've already made some baby booties in the past, and they came out like much bigger than what I wanted them, because I didn't follow the gauge at that point. I was a new crocheter just learning. I didn't know like you had to like take the gauge into account. So I just followed the instructions as given in the YouTube tutorial, with whatever hook and whatever yarn I had. They came out really cute, but they were really big. So yes, I don't want that to happen. We are going to be professionals this time. So yes, let's just go ahead and make these. I have a feeling I'm going to love making these, and they are going to turn out really cute, but I'll give you my views once I've made them. So let's just not get ahead of ourselves and start working on this. I'm already really excited, as you can tell. But yeah, let's just go. everyone, so here's an update on the booties, and oh my goodness, they're so adorable, so cute. This velvet yarn, it makes it like super special as well, so they're so soft and they're looking so pretty. So the first booty, I did struggle a little bit. It takes you a little bit of getting used to of what you are doing, but once you understand the construction of the boot, I think the second booty is really easy to make, and you sort of understand what you're doing, and like, yeah, it was really easy to make. I would say it's such a cute pattern. I highly recommend it. I'll put the link in the description box below. But yeah, these are how they're looking like, and I did notice that mine have come out a little bit smaller. So I made the 3 months size, and it is supposed to be 9 centimeters, which is like 3.5 inches, I believe. Yes, 3.5 inches, but mine came out to be 3 inches and like 8 centimeters, which is for the newborn size. So maybe I'll follow the next size after this, which is 3 to 6 months, and maybe that will come out to be a 3-month size. But I guess for my first try at these booties, these are really cute. I don't know, like if I want to make the next size, or maybe I'll keep up with this size. I'm really torn. I don't know, but I'll give it a try. Like I'll try the 6 months one and see if I like them better, like according to the size. But yeah. These are so cute. I'm really loving it. I also wanted to like maybe add a contrasting color. So for example, I can put in a white border around it. These fold on the top here, as you can see here. So I was thinking of like maybe sewing a white velvet yarn around the top here, and then it will add like another layer to it, another characteristic to it. I also have like some fluffy yarn that I can attach to the end, like not crochet with it, like maybe sew it through the top of the rim here, but we'll see. But they are really cute. So this is unfolded and this is the folded one, and I'm really loving these. I'll take some photos of these, and they were a quick make. So if you are thinking of like adding these to your market, I think these are quick makes. You can make them in any yarn of your choice, and they'll still come out really cute. So I highly recommend these ones. Okay guys, so with booties out of the way, our next thing on the agenda is to make the velvet mittens. Again, I will look for some free patterns online and start working on the mittens, but I'll take a break here and I will get to them later in the day, as I do have some work to do as well. So yes, I will chat with you once I have a pattern finalized and I start working on the mittens. So yeah, I'll see you later. Hello everyone, so it's the next day and I'm coming on here to give you an update on what I have been able to do yesterday. So I didn't do much yesterday, except for I completed the baby mittens and they are looking absolutely adorable. Like, look at the size. They're so tiny. I cannot even believe like it would fit somebody, but considering how small babies are, I think this will be perfect. The only thing I'm not liking is these what do you call them, the ties that I added them in the same velvet yarn, but it looks messy. Like, it doesn't look cute or anything. It's just like there's a lot of thread hanging on here. So I might take this out and look for some different solutions to like add a tie in here, because without the tie they do not look like mittens or anything. They'll just fall off. So you need a little bit of like tension in this area where like the band starts, in order for it to like fit the hand of the baby. So also I don't want to like add in an elastic because I'm not too sure, like if I make it too tight then it might hurt the arms, because my sister, she had this issue. We got her like new socks when she was very little, a few months old basically, and those socks were really tight on the elastic band and it was hurting her legs, and we couldn't figure out why she was crying whole night. And the next day when like we were to change her clothes, we figured out like the socks, they were penetrating into her flesh and it was causing her a lot of pain, and there was no way for us to know basically. So yeah, she still has that scar on her leg. So that is why I'm like really reluctant in putting an elastic band on here. We can just put a little bit of like some ribbon or something else in here to tie them up once they're on the child's body. So yeah. So yes, these are the mittens and they're absolutely adorable. They did not take me long to make. I think one mitten took me 10 minutes. So yeah, 20 minutes for 2 mittens is not bad, which means like this can totally be a market preferable project, and we can definitely make some. I think it took me like 15 minutes to make one booty as well. So in total, like this can be a good package that you can present at your markets, and I think these will sell well. These should sell well because I see a lot of people coming to me on in these markets looking for some baby stuff because somebody is going to have a baby soon or something similar, and people who have had their babies just recently, they come in the markets and they're looking for something cute for their babies, and I think this falls in that category. People would be all over these things if you have like different colors available and if they are made with this velvet yarn and are super soft. So one thing to really like I think keep in mind while making these is to use like materials that are softer to touch, that elevate the feel of the thing that you're making, because it will urge people to buy these on impulse because they're so soft and people won't be able to resist the feels of it. So it is really soft in this material, and like it is something that will be good on the skin as well for the baby. So I think it's totally harmless. And yes, I'm definitely going to make a few of these for my upcoming market in October on my list now. Okay, so moving on, I also want to give you an update on the granny squares that I showed you yesterday. One of them has been blocked. I don't know if you can see them in the background right here, but I'll take you there to show you the difference it makes when you have a square blocked and when it is unblocked. Let me take you to the spot. Okay, so here are our squares. I will give you some time, a few seconds to guess which one is blocked and which one is unblocked, and I'm 100% sure that you'll be able to tell which one is blocked. And now for the reveal, this one is definitely the blocked square and this one is unblocked. As you can see, like this one is more in shape and this one is misshapen at this point, and the stitches are well relaxed and like everything feels much more in place, rather than in this one everything is like not as smooth as the other one. So yes, now I will be taking some measurements out of this one to see like how many squares I will be needing for the sweater, and if like I'm able to make a sweater, because I don't want an oversized sweater. I will decide based on the measurements I get from this one if I will be making a sweater or a cardigan, because for an oversized sweater I will not be wearing it as much, so a cardigan will be like better thing for me to make if it gets oversized. So yeah, I will take some measurements and I will get back to you on this one. And while still on the topic of blocking, I had purchased this blocking board earlier this year, I believe, and I think I showed you this in one of my earlier videos as well. And yesterday I took it out to block this square, and I realized, I think during the move, I lost the pins that go in here that hold the crochet square in place. and for the life of me I cannot figure out where that might be, because I have unpacked everything and I have not seen any orphan pins anywhere in my stuff, and I'm not too sure like where I would have packed these, because the common sense says that the pins should have been with this square, but the thing is this square was placed in a basket and it came to this place without getting packed. So I don't know where else would have I put the pins that came along with this, and I don't know if I will be able to purchase the pins separately, but yeah, I was not able to use this at all. I will still be looking for the pins, and maybe I'll go online and check if I can just get the pins for this board online. But yeah, this board is pretty useless to me at this point right now. And just so you're wondering, I have not been able to use this square even for once since I purchased it, because I did make some like granny squares, but I did not block them because I wanted to make a few of them and then start to block them, but that time never came. But yeah, this square is useless to me at this point without the pins, and it has never been used even for once, and it was an expensive thing to buy as well. So, and the last update from yesterday that I wanted to give you, and it's a big one, is that I was working on my cardigan last night, the velvet one in that purple color, the pinkish purple mauve color of sorts. And I thought I should go online and order more yarn, because I am working on it continuously and I will need more yarn in the near future. So I went online to look for the yarn, only to find out like this yarn is out of stock everywhere, on Amazon, on Walmart, on yarnspirations.com, like pretty much everywhere that I could think of. This yarn is not available, on Michaels as well, and only this color is out of stock in all the places, and I don't even know if this will be available really soon. So at this point I'm afraid that they might be discontinuing this color, which is going to suck. Yeah, so I did go online and try to look for like the discontinued colors from Bernard, and this color was not on the list of discontinued colors, which gives me a little bit of hope, but I'm still afraid that they might like end up discontinuing it really soon. It is just that it is not showing in the discontinued colors on the website as of now. The only place that I could find this yarn online was local yarn store in Ontario, but this yarn is only available in their local store, which is like 2.5 hours drive from here, which I'm not going to do. They are offering to ship this item to me, but again, I'm not too sure if I should wait or pay for the shipping fee, which is going to be like $8. I am still deciding if I can justify the shipping fee on the order. I did go online. They do offer free shipping at after certain price range, but there was no yarn in their store available that I wanted. So yeah, the only thing I want from their store is this Bernard velvet yarn, and they only have 5 pieces left at this point. So that also makes me wonder if I should wait on that or not, because these 5 pieces can be picked up at any point. So yeah, I'll give it a little bit more time and then think about it and decide whether or not to order it online. One other factor that like is stopping me from purchasing online is that I will not be here to receive the order, and I will not be here for like 2 weeks as I'm traveling. So the order will be shipped like in 5 days. So that is like exactly in the time range that I will not be here to receive the order. And I fear that even if I order it online and it is sitting outside, it is the kind of weather where it rains often, and like there's also a possibility that it might get stolen or something. So like there are a lot of factors to consider at this point, which is like making me nervous about ordering it online as well at this point. So yeah, we'll give it some more time. If it is destined for me, then I might find it again on their website after I return from my trip, and then we can order it. But yeah, that is one major update that I wanted to give you. Anyhow, we still have a lot of yarn left, and we're still making some progress on that. I'm more than halfway through the back panel at this point. I just made like a few more rows yesterday. There's nothing like to show you physically, because you won't be able to see the difference, or you won't be able to see the progress that I made. Okay, so now what is on the agenda for today is I need to work on more granny squares in that daisy flower, whatever that I blocked. Again, first I will be taking measurements, and then I will be deciding on how many squares to make. So I did check in my stash last night, and I do have all of these pretty colors in the same yarn that I can make granny squares in, and they're also pretty, like I can't say enough. So they're really great colors, and I think they'll go well together as well. It's just that they're not like fall colors, they're more like spring colors, but I don't I'm not too worried about that fact that they are spring colors. I think if I want to make a cardigan in fall in spring colors, I'm allowed to do that. There's no like nobody stopping me from that. But yeah, these are all the colors that I have, and I think I can make quite a lot of like nice combinations out of these colors. And like seeing all of these colors here, I think I can probably like go in the direction of making multiple granny squares in all different variations probably, and then I'll have to decide which one is going to be my main color that I will be using to like tie all of the different colors together. And we also need to decide which color combinations we will be using for the cardigan. So yes, that is one major decision that we'll be making today, and then we'll start working on the granny squares as well. So yeah. Okay guys, so here's what we are at right now. So I did some calculations on here, and from what I could come up with is that we will be needing 28 squares, and I had total of 5 colors, but it was getting overwhelming, like deciding how many squares per color I needed to make. So I dropped one color. We are down to 4 colors only, and the 4 colors are going to be these 4 colors. I think this color palette is going to be much more coherent. The green did feel a little bit out of place with all of these colors, so yes, that is the one that I eliminated. And then I made a chart here of all the colors that I was supposed to be using, and then it turns out I will be needing 2 squares in each color. That will give me 24 squares, and then I will, based on like which squares I like the most from that color palette, I'll decide the last 4 based on those. So yes, so 28 squares in total will give me like a full-fledged sweater, and yes, we will be going with the sweater at this point. Turns out I used one of my sweater dresses that I have made before, which is right here, to mock up this sweater as well, and turns out like 3 squares across from here gives me enough, what do you say, it's a good size. So basically that is what I wanted to see, like this is not going to be very oversized, and this is a sweater dress that fits me like quite well. It is not like very oversized or anything, and so this is what I used to mock it up. Also, it turns out like I have used a different pink color, which is a different pink color for these squares, and this pink color is no longer in my stash. This is like more of a peach color, and the color that I have available is actually the pink color. It is called soft peach, but it is like not a bright peach. If you see it like closely, these two are different peach colors. So that is not going to be an issue. Again, this sweater served as like what do you say, an example of why it won't matter, is because I have used the peach color that I have right here, and then this is the peach color that I don't have is right here. So they are in 2 different places, and this peach color turns out I've only used on one sleeve, and on both sleeves basically, and not anywhere else, but it doesn't show as much in the full sweater. And I have worn this sweater quite a lot, and I haven't even noticed it. It was just when I was like sitting down very closely and like trying to figure out the colors, how will I manage both of these colors, is that I noticed that I've used 2 separate colors in this sweater as well. And since there are like a lot of other colors mixed into the combination here, it doesn't matter. You cannot tell like these are 2 different colors because they're so close together. So yeah, I will place them like very far away from each other, so it won't matter. So well, that's decided. Now it's time for me to start making the granny squares, which is something that I will be working on today. The major portion of the work is done here. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. Oh, just to give you an explanation of how I will be making my granny squares, is that I divided my colors in rows and columns, and then this one is the base color and this one is going to be the flower color. So for example, I'm making these squares. So this is going to be a purple base with yellow flower, and if I'm doing this one, for example, it is going to be a yellow base with a purple flower on it. So this is going to be the reverse of this one. So this is how I'm going to be tracking these. I'll make 2 of each of them, and also for the middle part, I will just go on a whim and see which color I'll be using. So maybe I can just choose the color. For example, for this one, I can choose the pink color as the center one because that is the next one. And for this row, I can use the next one here. So that is how I might go with this one, as I don't also have this color as well. I had a large stash of this color, but I was not using this color, and so I gave it away. I had at least 6 skeins of this yarn, and I gave that away. So I no longer have this color. Hello everyone, so I'm coming on here to give you an update on the sweater, the retro granny square sweater that I was working on. I have made quite a lot of progress over the days, and these are all the squares that I have completed so far. This is the pile, and I'm still short of six squares. It would have been 5, but what happened was that I ran out of white skein that I was originally using, and I took out another skein from my stash, and that was not the exact same yarn, and I didn't notice that while I was working. And this is how big it is. Let me just show you against another color so you are able to see. So this is how big the square came out to be. It is approximately like an inch long on each side. I'm just contemplating what to do with this square at this point, because this square in its original form is the size that these squares will be once they are blocked. So I'm thinking whether I should take the easy route and just use this square as is without like blocking it or anything. But then I'm thinking like maybe it will just I think it will mess up the proportions, I believe. I don't know. Then I think maybe I can use it on a sleeve and it will be less noticeable that way, because even if the sleeves are like different sizes, it won't matter, right? I'm not too sure at this point. Anyhow, that is the update. I have, I think, 22 squares made in total. Let me just count them very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, including this 22. Otherwise, I have 21. But let me just show you. I have the 23rd square, this much made. I think I'm on the last row. Yes, I'm on the last row of this one, and this will be done as well. But yeah, that is the update for the sweater for now. I did run out of the yellow yarn and I had to buy a new skein. This one is a little bit lighter than this color, but even for like this white, even though it is like completely different shade of white, when I tested these out against each other, they're not really visible, so it won't matter because the squares will be like scattered around the whole sweater, and like no two yellows are going to be right next to each other. That is what I'm thinking of doing. So it won't matter with this project that the colors are slightly different. They're like ever so slightly different. There isn't like a noticeable difference. And also with these whites, like one of them is very creamy whitish white, and the other one is like greenish creamy white. Like this one gives a greenish tint of sorts. I can't explain it, but this one is like very creamy white, very milky white, and this one has a little bit of tint to it. So yes, but I put them in a configuration that I think I might be using for the sweater, and it wasn't really visible. For the size, again, as I told you, I'm still thinking about it. If I am not feeling lazy by the end of making all the squares, then I might make another one. Otherwise, I'll just see, because I'm leaving for vacation in 2 days. Like on Saturday, I have my flight, and today is Thursday. So I'm not too sure whether or not I will have time to complete this project before then. I might take it along on vacation and complete it there, and maybe I can wear it there as well without blocking it, obviously, because I won't have any tools for blocking. You know how it goes. Okay, so since I have like made a lot of progress, I think this is a good time that I started blocking them. I have, I think, 9 blocking boards at this point with me, and this will take me quite a bit of time to go through all of these squares and block them. I can probably like do 2 squares together on a block as well, but I'll just see. I'll just see how that goes. Anyhow, I am just going to start blocking these squares today so that I can get to all of them before I finish the rest of the squares, and then I can just put them together. So for putting them together, I have been like thinking hard on what color to use to like stitch them together, because I want the stitching to be on the outer side, just like a slip stitch of sorts that shows on the outer side. So I was not really and also like that color will also show on the ribbing on the sleeves and on the bottom portion of the sweater, and also on the neck as well. So I've been thinking a lot. I've been looking at all the colors that I'm using. I've been looking at the stash that I already have, and I couldn't find like any color that I'm set on using for doing that. So I went online and I might have bought a new skein of yarn. I wanted a darker color to be the color that ties it all together. And when I was like thinking about what color I want, I could not like choose just one color out of all the colors that I already have. And this seemed like a good color scheme in my mind to be used as the accent color of sorts. Like this has all the hues that I'm already using in my sweater, but just in a darker shade. So I think this color will tie the sweater together in a really good way. If it doesn't, then we have a problem. Then I don't know what to do, but we will cross that bridge once we reach there. For now, I think this is going to be a good option to like tie all the sweater together. I have like put this color against all of the blocks, the squares that I have made, and I think in like just seeing it together, I think this will work. But if it doesn't, I don't know at this point. Anyhow, if you're wondering what yarn this is Karen's Skinny Cakes in the shade Fruit Punch. And it has like pinks and oranges and yellows and whites and peaches, I believe. Yeah, all of those shades in it. It just doesn't have a purple shade in it that I'm already using for my sweater, but that doesn't matter. It has like all of the other shades that I'm using. So yeah, that is the update for now. I will still provide you all the updates once they come and as they come. But for now, this is all I have. Oh, and also if you're wondering, like it took, like I crocheted so fast and I like was able to make all of these 22 squares in just 2 or 3 days. I think I talked to you last on Tuesday, and that was last week. This is the next week and today is Thursday. So you don't need to worry about it. I'm not a superwoman. Life happens, we get busy. I have a lot of commitments, and this one square takes me around like 40 minutes to complete. So yeah, I do need a lot of time to make all of these squares, and I haven't done it in 2 or 3 days. It has taken me like approximately 8-9 days at this point to make all of these squares. There were certain days where I did not make any squares at all, and there were days like yesterday where I made like I think 4 squares in one day, because yeah, I could 4 or 5 squares yesterday. So yeah, that is the update, and I'm feeling really excited about this sweater. We'll get to blocking, and yeah, I'll see you soon.